A food processor can shred, grate, chop, mix, grind, and puree ingredients quickly and efficiently, saving you loads of prep time. You can shred beets for borscht, grind nuts for fresh nut butter, and turn graham crackers into crumbs for pie crust, but also mince herbs, puree baby food, make hummus, and emulsify dressings. Most even come with attachments that can be used to knead bread and pizza dough, shred blocks of cheese, and slice vegetables in several thicknesses. The functions are seemingly endless, but so are the product options available today, so we tested top models to find the best ones. Food processors vary wildly in terms of price. You can find some for less than $100, while high-end models can cost quadruple that. To find the best food processors, we evaluated 18 models with a series of strategic tests. We also recently retested all of our previous favorites and included a newer offering from Vitamix, which made our list of winners. The 5 food processors below are so genuinely useful that you'll happily lug them out of the cabinet time and time again. Number 1. The best 14-cup food processor. Magimix 14-cup food processor. The Magimix has a few design elements that elevated it to the top of our list, including a chopping blade that nearly touches the side of the bowl, for complete and efficient processing, an innovative dough blade shape that kneaded pizza dough, better than any other machine we tested, and nesting 12 and 6-cup work bowls that offer increased flexibility. It never so much as broke a sweat in any of our tests, all while boasting one of the quieter motors of the lot. The brand name of this machine may not ring a bell for many readers, but it comes from good stock. This is the prosumer line from Robot Coupe, the company that makes the food processors, used in just about every restaurant and commercial kitchen. The Magimix impressed us with smooth performance that never felt underpowered. An induction motor kept the machine quiet as it ran through our tests, including building pizza dough, well enough that it didn't require any additional kneading. Number 2. The best budget 14-cup food processor. Cuisinart 14-cup food processor. A true kitchen workhorse, this doesn't have a lot of frills but will get the job done easily. The brushed stainless steel food processor has 2 large paddle buttons, one for on and one for off /pulse, which are all you really need. The 14-cup work bowl is large enough for family cooking, and has an extra-large feed tube with large and small pushers, so you won't need to cut ingredients to make them fit. This includes one shredding disc, one slicing disc, and a removable disc stem that fits both, along with a metal blade for chopping, mixing, blending, and emulsifying. We were impressed with how well the machine kneaded dough, and it was easy to use, aside from assembling the attachments for the first time. The machine was somewhat tricky to clean, but that it was a great value for an average-priced food processor. One of our editor's parents has had this same food processor for decades, and it still works like new. Cuisinart makes some of the best food processors out there for home kitchens, and this model really exemplifies that. The biggest knock against the Cuisinart might also be its best feature. It comes with 2 discs, one for slicing and one for grating, a blade, a manual, and little else. That might make it easy to dismiss, but the Cuisinart does a very good job across the core functions of a food processor, from chopping to shredding. A lot of the other inexpensive food processors out there could take a page or 2 out of this Cuisinart model's playbook by focusing on getting those primary functions right and ditching the plethora of inevitably crappy attachments. There's a reason this Cuisinart is a classic, and it's reassuring to see that the company hasn't taken its eye off the ball by trying to emulate so many of the misguided competitors that have entered the fray. The Cuisinart's simple and iconic 2-button design is intuitive to use. It was also the lowest-priced induction motor food processor we tested, stumbling only when chopping almonds to a consistent particle size. It finished last among our group of winners on that task. Cuisinart is confident the motor will survive making dough with the metal chopping blade, so we don't see any reason to purchase a separate dough blade. Number 3. Breville Sous Chef 16-cup peel and dice food processor. This large Breville Sous Chef and its smaller, 12-cup cousin are the most user-friendly food processors we tested. From easy-to-follow arrows indicating which way to turn and lock the bowl and lid, to graduated volumes in cups, fluid ounces, and liters, on the outside of the work bowl and a max fill line for both thin and thick liquids, the Breville is easy to assemble, use, and take apart. While this model didn't leak a drop when processing 5 cups of water, its smaller, nesting work bowl did leak when we pulsed a wet ingredient in it. Otherwise, the Breville finished at or near the top in many of our tests. It excelled, in particular, at chopping consistency. It was the best at grinding whole almonds into powdery flour. The adjustable slicing blade was also a pleasure to use, offering 24 thickness settings, from 0.3 to 8 millimeters. Getting tomato slices on the thinnest setting was difficult, but we were able to cut consistent millimeter-thick slices on setting 2, 4.13 millimeter slices on setting 5, and 6.5 millimeter slices on setting 8. The disc's safety position, which keeps the sharp edge retracted when in storage, prevents accidental dings and cuts. A built-in timer automatically tracks processing duration, making it dead easy to know just how long you've let the machine run. In contrast with the direct drive shaft in most food processors, the Breville uses a ball bearing attachment to connect to the work bowl, like a blender does. This lets you lift the bowl and blade off the motor without worrying about leaks, and there's no threading the spindle back through the bowl when you replace it. Number 4. The best space-saving food processor. Vitamix 12-cup food processor attachment with self-detect. No doubt about it, one of the most attractive aspects of this machine is the fact you can use it with a blender base, eliminating the need for 2 bulky appliances. Using the Vitamix food processor attachment is intuitive, thanks to the smart technology of the Ascent line. The machine detects that a food processor, rather than a blender, is fitted to the base and automatically adjusts its capabilities. We loved how easy it was to set up and detach. Unlike many other models, there were no complicated locking or twisting mechanisms to lock the bowl onto the base. Similarly, the lid seamlessly snaps, rather than slides, into place. It was exceptional at emulsifying, thanks to a small hole in the feed tube that allows liquid to be slowly streamed in. Cleanup was also easy, and every part is dishwasher safe. It showed no signs of staining, even after grating red beets. This food processor has an intuitive, user-friendly design that can easily be adjusted to different speeds. Any Vitamix base you have will allow for pulsing or setting a continuous speed of your choice. In testing, it was a little noisy, but that will depend on which base you have. We raved about this attachment's performance throughout all of our tests, and found that it offered a ton of consistency and longevity. It was pretty easy to clean. There are a lot of different parts, but everything is dishwasher safe. It comes with a high price tag, but if you already have a Vitamix, this is by far the best choice. There is nothing this product really couldn't do, with multiple blade attachments and that signature Vitamix base that gives you control of the speed very well. Number 5. KitchenAid 13-cup food processor. Another particularly good value. We found this food processor to be extremely user-friendly and self-explanatory. In addition to the regular blade, it comes with an adjustable slicing disc, a reversible shredding disc, a dough blade, and a storage caddy that allows you to store all the pieces compactly inside the bowl. Since the plunger has an oil drip, cleaning can be slightly more involved, but it doesn't have many nooks and crannies for food to get stuck. We noted a tiny bit of inconsistency with dicing and shredding, but overall it performed very well. In fact, it made a great mayonnaise and sliced the zucchini perfectly. The KitchenAid 13-cup food processor features a unique bowl and lid design that makes it easy to assemble and saves you time during use. Its large capacity and quiet operation make it an excellent choice for most chefs. This food processor was very easy to use. The fact that the lid locks onto the bowl without any need to screw it on or off saves valuable time, especially when preparing recipes like cookie dough, where you need to repeatedly open and close the lid. The ability to drop the bowl down onto the base and not worry about rotating it to lock it also saves time and makes the machine user-friendly. The adjustable slicing disc further contributed to the machine's ease of use. Adjusting the disc is as simple as turning the plastic setting on the underside, which you can do in seconds. It's simple and user-friendly. The attachments are easy to use, as well. The blades fit over and lock onto the shaft with ease, and the slicing and grating discs fit easily onto the removable spindle. The included storage caddy keeps all of the accessories, well organized and compact, and that easily fits within the bowl, so the accessories stay clean.